Hi, I'm Abby McFarlane and I'm a member of the team here at Hope 103.2. Look, I don't know about you, but it seems like we're living in a season of fear and panic and uncertainty. And so we just wanted to sit with our CEO, Phillip Randall, and share with you how we at Hope are going to journey with you through this next season. So Phillip, as I said, we're living in a season of fear and panic at the moment. Can you share with us about how you're feeling and how the team at Hope is feeling at the moment?
I think, Abby, there's a lot of uncertainty. We don't know what the future necessarily is going to bring. And particularly around the social distancing that's being requested by the government, and in fact mandated in some circumstances, to ensure that the coronavirus doesn't spread at a rate that it can't be dealt with by our health system. So I think there's just a lot of uncertainty, and I personally have that uncertainty. And I'm sure all of our listeners do, and they're wondering what the future holds. I suppose the great thing, though, as a Christian is that although there is uncertainty at one level, there's also a sense of absolute certainty in God. Yeah. That God has this. This is no surprise to God. This hasn't caught him by surprise like it might have caught us by surprise, but he's fully aware of what's happened and what was going to happen. And so one of the key things I think we need to do as a community, and this is the broader community, but definitely the community of listeners to the radio station, is we need to support one another. We need to come together as a community. We need to be aware that there are anxious people and concerned people, and we need to address those concerns as best we can with the information that's available to us.
Yeah. And so how has the station so far been impacted by the new legislation, the new bans and mandates? How has the station been impacted?
Well, in a whole range of different ways. We've actually got several staff who have been overseas on annual leave, and as they come back, they're going into 14-day mandatory isolation. So fortunately, they're able to work from home, and so they'll be working during that time, but that's left us a little bit short-staffed, and so that's a significant issue. We also have, of course, the challenge that the moment somebody exhibits any form of cold or flu, we have to say to them, you need to go home, because if it has the potential to be coronavirus, you certainly can't be around other staff, because for several reasons. One is we obviously really care about our staff and don't want them to be exposed to the coronavirus if possible. But we also are really passionate about ensuring that the ministry remains on air. And the best way to do that is to have your staff healthy and available. So we've got a number of staff who are working from home at the moment because they're not feeling that well. And most of them are just down with the classic colds or flus you get at this time of the year. But again, having to be just really cautious around that. And so that will put some stress and strain on the organisation. And Abby, we are moving towards, as we hear what's happening and follow government direction, actually starting to look at splitting our teams up, so that some of the staff will operate at home sometime and they'll operate in the building at other times. And so we've got multiple teams operating in and out of the building. Again, just making sure that if someone is exposed to coronavirus, it doesn't necessarily expose the whole staff. And we're making sure that we limit the amount of time, particularly our content creators have in the building and amongst other people, because they are our frontline communicators. They're the people you hear on a daily basis. They're the people that are doing the interviews and bringing you the message of hope that comes through what we do. So just trying to limit their exposure to other staff in the outside world is really important as well.